Welcome, everyone. Tonight, me, Taladia. We might have some other members show up. Max is currently away. He'll be back on Thursday night.
Well, tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night. How's everyone doing?
Hey,
Hey,
Sean.
Sean. So, what have you been up to, Taladia?
Not much. Just been busy making videos, editing, and also coming up with topics for my podcast show because there's a lot to discuss on the podcast next weekend. So
Nice.
I'm, so I've
What do you,
got
what topics are you working on for this weekend?
what, uh, what's up, Jared? Jared's in
Hey,
the
hey,
chat.
Jared. You want to come on?
Uh, Hey, Jared, what's up? What's up? Do you want to come on? Do you want to come on the show? You play that clip. Um,
Send me the link, Taladia.
Gunn trying to cram too much into this movie. I think so. I think he is, in my opinion.
Yeah, we're gonna do a few quick topics before we
Oh,
get into
Ja-
the main.
Jared wants to join us, so
Send them a link.
I'll send you a link, Jared, via Twitter DMs.
All right. Uh,
Go ahead.
we have first topic is going to be it's going to be the Emmy nominations, or how many Emmy nominations each streaming service got. HBO Max leading with 127 nominations,
Ooh,
Netflix 103, Apple TV 46, Hulu 42, Prime 42, and Disney in last with 40 nominations.
how many um how many does Netflix have? 100
Netflix has 103.
and HBO. Okay, HBO has 127. I think HBO will probably win majority of the Emmys.
Yeah, they have
Just
really good shows on HBO Max. We still don't know.
no, we don't. No, we don't know who's playing Brainiac or Lobo yet. Yet, but knowing James Gunn, he'll probably drop it in the next few days. Knowing James Gunn, and we've got a host.
Welcome, Jared
Hello.
from the Comics Lead.
Hello.
If you haven't subscribed to Jared, please do. He has great content, great guests,
Thank you.
and always
Yeah.
has a hot take.
Oh, you mean about Lois Lane?
Oh.
Oh,
Speaking of
and
Superman?
We were just
yeah,
discussing how many Emmy nominations each platform got.
Oh, HBO dominated.
Yeah, it's insane.
Oh, jeez.
It's funny. When they announced the name change from HBO Max to Max, people was like, "Oh, nobody's gonna watch it. The quality of the show is gonna go down." This
Sure
just
it
proves
did.
them wrong.
Sure it did. Of course.
of course, yes. So its majority is going to be won by The Last of Us, pretty
Oh,
much.
yeah. Deservingly so, though, by the
Yeah,
way.
deservingly so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of The Last of Us has gotten 24 nominations.
Hmm.
So Mission Impossible today, it puts Indy 5 to shame.
Is that a
Yes, it
good thing or a
does.
bad thing?
I haven't seen Indy 5 yet, but I'll be watching Mission Impossible soon.
I missed the Cable Ace Awards. Hey Zeke.
Hey Zeke, how you doing? Thank you for your DM. We'll be talking about the topic you sent me on the podcast.
Yeah, I think
What?
episode 3 of The Last of Us got the most nominations per as an episode.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool.
Plus, this is Neil Druckmann's baby. Let's put it
Mm-hmm.
like that, right? Neil Druckmann's baby. So
Yeah,
it's been it's crazy to think that a video game adaptation is actually winning an Emmy.
it's insane. Who would have thought 10 years ago a video game adaptation into a show or a movie would get an Emmy nomination?
It's
Times
crazy.
have changed, gentlemen.
Yeah, you're not wrong there.
You know, I love The Last of Us,
Mm-hmm.
but I would prefer him to be working on the game right about that.
Well, true.
Zeke says hopefully we'll get a villain casting announcement. Yeah, I hope so too.
All depends on which villain he picks, because that could also make or break the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, because that's the problem with Marvel. They have a villain problem.
They've killed all their villains. I know. It's like,
It's
Yeah.
I'm
insane.
like, stop murdering these guys. We want to see more.
Exactly. Like, why are you killed? Leave. Thanos should have never been killed. He should have been a villain for years to come.
And you killed, let's see, who else? You killed Killmonger, who was still like one of the most popular MCU villains. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And also, here we go. Here are the nominees for Best Drama Series: Andor,
Yes.
Better Call Saul, The Crown, House of the Dragon, The Last of Us, Succession, White Lotus, and Yellow Jackets.
I'm no longer a member, so I can't go on the show no more. Oh well.
What?
That's from CJH.
Gunn will make Hippo the villain. Make a Hippo villain. Nothing is stopping Succession from Lopez.
Hey
Killmonger was a
Lopez.
killer. Thanos was a killer. Let's be real. Yeah, but we don't kill killers. We just throw them in jail for 100 years, then they escape.
Well, this is comic books, and they never kill the villains, even if the villain clearly deserves it.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, it's just like Joker should have been killed like late 80s. You know, after the Killing Joke, Joker should have been put out to pasture.
And by the way, according to stand your ground laws or like self-defense law, Batman would have been justified in killing him. There's nothing Gordon could do.
Yes, Succession is a great show.
I've never watched it.
My pick for this is either Andor, House of the Dragon, The Last of Us, and maybe a slim chance of The White Lotus.
Mm.
Jay Cassidy says, hell, every comic book movie in the 80s, 90s, 2000s killed the bad guys. Batman 89, Spider-Man 2002.
Well,
That's the
it's
problem. They killed all of them.
well, it's every comic book villain, period. Because when you think about it, every comic book movie, the hero has killed someone.
True. Succession is a good.
My picks are probably just Andor and The Last of Us.
I would have to say Andor, Last of Us as well.
Those are the ones I enjoyed the most.
I to be fair, I didn't watch Better Call Saul. I didn't watch The Crown. And didn't watch Succession, and did not watch Yellow Jackets.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
What the hell? I'm so
Can we try and keep
confused.
it civil in the chat, guys?
Keep it civil, people. We don't want to start a civil war.
I see what you done there, Jared.
Thank you. I try.
Killmonger had a point.
CJ, Senior Nerd, welcome. Anthony, welcome. Goodbye, Monkey Business. Thanos had half a
That's good. I like that one.
So what's next on the screen you've got?
Next up, the Blue Beetle trailer. How do you guys feel about it? What you think?
The thing is, all right. I liked it, but first off, it was a little generic. And my issue with this is how many origin movies have we gotten in the past years? Just stop with the superhero origin stories. And B, why are we getting a Blue Beetle movie before a Superman or a Batman movie? Again, this was why the DCEU failed. Because after the Snyder left, they just started bringing all these D-list characters instead of firmly establishing Superman, Batman, and the Justice League.
And what's up, Droga? It's triple
What's up, Joe?
streaming. It's triple streaming because I'm streaming on my channel as well.
Hmm.
So, um, like the problem with Blue Beetle right now is because James Gunn just dropped a massive announcements. So that kind of took all the hype away from Blue Beetle. That's my take on it.
It overshadowed it, and the
Yeah,
other thing is like, let's say if this movie bombs, I'm not necessarily saying it's guaranteed to bomb because you never know with these movies, but if it does, because James Gunn labeled it as the first DCU movie, by the way, real quick, isn't that kind of weird how he says Blue Beetle is the first DCU character, but Superman Legacy is the first movie? That makes no sense. But anyway, what I was saying is that if this movie bombs, you're now starting off your cinematic universe with a black eye already. That is very stupid.
yes.
I don't think it's gonna bomb. I think it's gonna do okay because Cholo is a very popular character with all of the Cobra Kai fans, and people love him as an actor.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of kids grew up with Blue Beetle and Young Justice and an Injustice game, so hopefully it could do something.
I mean, we'll see. I hope it does well because I would hate for this kick-ass superhero suit to go to waste.
Yeah, it's probably like the best comic accurate.
Yeah, because they could have easily screwed that up. They could have easily made this look really wonky, but this looks the most like realistic comic accurate suit.
Yo, what's up, Master Sergeant? I
What's
see
up,
you in
dude?
there.
Hopefully, hopefully it
Uh,
does well, and because DC needs a win at this point.
They do. They
yeah,
should
it
have had
should
it
have.
with the Flash, but yeah.
Yeah, I think as Anthony said, I think Blue Beetle should have gone to Max. It shouldn't have gone to theaters because, in my opinion, um, I think if Blue Beetle bombs like the way I think it is, like I've seen people on Twitter say, "Oh, it's not gonna bomb." It's gonna bomb, basically because James Gunn overshadowed it, and there's nothing you can do about that.
And the fact, yeah, I get Cholo is like a popular actor, but is he popular enough to bring a crowd to make this movie successful? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Have you met those Cobra Kai fans? They're rabid.
But
Not
but here's
not
the
all of
thing,
us.
though. Not all of them. And second off, uh, this whole year has been fans not showing up for stuff that they've been hyping up. Like fans were hyping up the Flash. No one showed up for that.
Degrassi said it's a great effing movie, but that's not enough for fickle fandom today.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a great movie. Don't get me wrong. It does look fun, but in terms of revenue, it's not going to make its money back, I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm.
I have a strong feeling that the Latino audience will show up for this movie because it's the
Mm-hmm.
first his Latino superhero led movie.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's
Oh,
gonna
I
get a
could be
bump for
wrong.
that.
Or I
Plus,
could just
as well, to add further to this, Max will be back tomorrow. Yo, what's up,
Max
Super
is on
Kokori?
location.
He's off.
Secret mission.
uh speaking of Latino, Darth Lopez says yes we will show up for this movie.
Yes. Super Kokori says, let me read that. James Gunn is as a horrible person, can't promote hype up DC for anything. He's selfish. Yeah, I think James Gunn, in my opinion, he needs to stop doing what he's doing right now, which is bombing other DC films. He needs to stop doing that.
Degrassi says first major Latino superhero is kind of a big deal.
Yeah, Supergirl was a. Oh, you mean Blue Beetle? Yeah.
Duff Lopez, but it might not help, but I hope it succeeds. Hey, Voltaire.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear you now.
Okay,
We
good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I could. Well, I was able to hear you before, so don't
Oh, I
worry.
thought
Yeah.
you guys you're just ignoring me. That's very
No.
hurtful.
Nah.
I'm a very sensitive person.
Sure you are.
Yeah.
Uh.
Hey, Cyber Cells.
Hey, Cybersales, how you doing? Um. Super Corey says he gets asked when Blue Beetle trailer going to come out. A trailer comes out, then he promotes his stuff 3 hours later. His thing can wait. Yeah, I agree. He's like in my honest opinion, I think he should have just waited a few days. Wait a few days, then promote your stuff. For
Because it overshadows it. Because now people should have been talking about the trailer. Now they're talking about, oh, we're getting Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. Wow.
yeah, literally, and no offense, but it's like Nathan Fillion's overshadowing this. The cast, basically the casting for Superman Legacy has overshadowed everything Blue Beetle had going for it.
Mm.
Hey, Voltaire, did you see the trailer for Blue Beetle?
Yeah, it was fine. It was okay. It's interesting. It was an interesting choice by Gunn to make these announcements at this time, like you guys were saying. I mean, it makes me wonder why he did that. Is he trying to keep the hype in DC going because he's concerned about this movie?
No, I don't think I personally think that he's trying to um I think he wants his movie to succeed and rest of the other filmmakers to not succeed. That's my take.
No, I don't think that's the case. I think that everyone's afraid that there was going to be a actors strike tonight.
Mm.
Oh
And
yeah,
so
that's
it
the
was they can't promote anything with any actor if it goes into effect at midnight.
Oh, they can't even announce role. Okay, well that makes complete
Exactly.
sense then.
They put
Okay.
out rules to
Mhm.
the strike.
if
So
if they strike tonight though, because they could strike, they could not strike. I mean, there's a
yeah,
tweet
but
going
you know
around,
he can't promote if it's a SAG strike going on. So I think
Yeah,
that's why he made these announcements.
and
makes
Droga
sense.
Droga they already said this movie is canon. James Gunn
No,
has already
but
said.
no, but what Droga is saying is that I bet you James Gunn will air quote change his mind if this movie bombs because he knows what I know and that he doesn't want his cinematic universe to already start off with a black eye, which is why he was completely asinine of him to say, "Oh, this is the first movie in our new DC universe." Be you, you mean the movie that you screwed by announcing there was a reboot and that the
Ju-
DCEU has been trending downward? Really, this movie?
Plus, uh, yeah, I know. Like Super Corey says, it's like the movie Superman Legacy doesn't come out for a long time. Strike or not, he could have waited. Like,
Mm.
uh, I think he could have waited for these announcements. Maybe announce
What
this
do you
stuff
think, Voltaire?
next year.
I mean, if the stories are true of what the studios are planning to do, which is starve everybody out of these strikes and just keep them dragging out for a while, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Mhm.
Maybe
speaking
he
of
just,
which,
maybe if that's the next story, I didn't mean to step on it.
that's fine.
Yeah. Right. So this, I saw something about this that they're intending to like screw them. We're not going to pay. And if this thing drags out for an extended period of time, maybe he didn't want to sit on it for that long and
You're gonna have to
um,
zoom in a little bit more,
or have
Booster.
it leak any further.
Yeah.
Booster, are you able to zoom in a little bit more?
Yep,
There
I
we
got
go.
it.
There we go.
You know, basically what this article is stating is that there's an agreement among the studios to hold out, break them. You know,
Hmm.
make so that their rent is due, that their mortgages are due, that their car payments are due.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
just like Voltaire said.
It's a common ploy in strikes. You
Yes,
know. Hmm.
I went
Just
through
wait
it
it
in
out.
the late '90s with UPS.
Yeah.
We thought it was going to be a day or two. Ah, weeks.
Yeah. Right. And it's also why the NFL strikes. Everybody's like, why didn't the NFL players strike? It's because the union heads know that a lot of the players aren't good with their money, so they need those paychecks.
And plus, the writer strike could affect video games too. That's another thing.
Is that
And
right?
yeah, because they need writers, remember, for video games.
Well, the interesting fact, what this
Hey,
also
Coach.
does, get me thinking is that if there is a SAG strike and there's already the writer strike, I think that means we could be getting the Schumacher cut.
Yeah.
No, they're gonna need to release something.
Mm.
And as Koj says, pay the writers, give them respect.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, part of the problem is they don't know how to navigate this new world they're in. Studio movies, I don't know if this is a trend, but look, we've seen what's happened this summer, right?
Mhm.
So they know streaming is the future, and how these rights are split up and divvied up for money is really going to be key. And once you give them something, I'm not defending the studios, but I'm just saying once they know once they give them something or some concession, it's there forever. They can never take it away again. So it's an interesting development. But this going through Halloween is very interesting. Like I don't think that the writers will be able to hang with that, truthfully.
Figure Drawing says, love or hate Snyder, but since he left, DC is mainly going downhill. It can be said that the current DC is making Snyder look not as bad as in hindsight.
Well, here's the reason for that figure drawing, because Warner Brothers, after they got rid of Snyder, didn't have another plan. They may say they did, but they didn't, because what they should have done immediately, done a Man of Steel 2 immediately with Henry Cavill and cleaned, because a significant portion of the release the Snyder Cut people were actually Henry Cavill stands that just wanted to get to see him get like retribution for the lip. So had they done that, guess what? That movement probably would have been dead in the water, or would have happened eventually. But the thing is that, like I said earlier, they didn't follow up with their top tier characters. They decided, let's make a Birds of Prey movie. Let's make a Batgirl movie. Let's do a Blue Beetle movie before we have the characters that people come to see. Because what people don't remember about Marvel is that the only reason why a Guardians of the Galaxy movie was greenlit is because there was enough goodwill surrounding the MCU. There was enough like upward momentum that they were able to say, we can take a risk on this.
Yeah, and also as Sync Havoc said, Mike DeLuca had Man of Steel 2 ready to go. Literally, yeah.
Would have had Brainiac as the villain.
True.
All right. And Senior Nerd says, where's Mad Max? Max is on vacation and be back
He's
tomorrow.
on a secret mission. He cannot be discussed.
It's classified.
Exactly.
In a lake.
He's traveling the multiverse.
Highly classified.
He's in the Speed Force.
He's in the Chrono Ball moment.
Can you would you mind putting up those Emmy nominated best shows? Have you still got that handy by any chance?
Hold on 1 second. Yes.
Apparently Daniel Craig was supposed to be Brainiac.
Casali, that is that's what the employers have is that's what the employment side has, is trying to starve people out. It's kind of the way it goes. So of these shows, I haven't seen all of them, admittedly. I haven't seen The Crown, I haven't seen Succession or White Lotus or Yellow Jackets, but I think Better Call Saul wins because it was the final season and it was so critically acclaimed.
The White Lotus was really good.
I'm going to tell you,
yes.
Volta, I'll tell you right now, The Last of Us is winning this.
You think so?
Most likely, because here's what you also have to think about, particularly when you take episode 2 into account. It had a prominent LGBT a couple, and award shows eat that up.
3, I believe.
Yeah, episode 3. So award shows eat that stuff up. Whenever you have a minority highlighted, the award will most likely go to that.
That's a good point.
That's the way all these award shows are the most predictable thing in the world.
Yeah. And you're right. There was 2 of those types of relationships because the girl was also.
True. So it's like, which one's the most ally-ish? And that's The Last of Us.
Mm.
Yeah,
Lead
and
actor, a Latin guy, and a
Well,
non-binary.
House of Dragon had incest. That might win.
Well, it also had it also you know
What? It's true. Like
it also had
I
uh,
was the only one thinking that.
a family of color in it, so so and it had a
Gerson,
gay story in it too. It did have a gay couple who was secretly, you know what I
Ge-
mean. So they
Gerson
addressed that.
says, Gerson says, Man of Steel 2 rumors could have easily been referring to Gunn and J.J. Abrams movies. Fun fact: J.J. Abrams movie it wasn't connected to the DCU.
Yeah, so it wasn't that. It was a distinctly DC. It was a distinctly DCEU movie. And by the way, I just found out that the Ta-Nehisi Coates Superman movie that no one wanted is the strong implication is that it's been canceled. Which I'm like, thank you.
Hmm.
Yes.
Interesting.
And Drogo wants to come on the show. Bruce, if I stand up to you.
I'm trying to keep the panel not too many,
Okay.
and a manageable amount.
Mhm.
DL is
Also,
joining.
I'll say this, right? It's all about sell as well. That's another thing too, because if you sell the IP to any participants, whether it's Netflix or Amazon, whatever, right? You will get more people talking about it. So, like, you could sell the Snyderverse and get retain those people coming back to watch your DC content.
Hmm.
So that's
Or I'm what they should do is just do the whole Snyder plan, make that an HBO Max exclusive.
oh Max,
Just,
get it
just
right,
Max, but you know what I mean. Make that the streaming thing, and then
Hmm.
let Gunn have the theatrical. Granted, I would love to see
I
these
don't
movies
think,
theatrically.
but WBD doesn't want to do it on Max. That's why I'm saying it's better on
I know.
on
If they were
Netflix.
smart, they would do it that way. But whatever, because Snyder stuff does great on streaming.
Yeah, Snyder stuff streaming wise does really well.
He's not coming back. James Gunn is not going to let him come back. He doesn't want Snyder doing anything.
Why is there a Reeseverse then that is potentially happening?
I'm sure he's not happy about that either. I mean, but the
You know what that
Batman was
is?
already
You know what that
entrenched.
is? No,
Hmm.
Taladia, I'm going to tell you exactly what that is. They're preparing for if Gunn's thing fails.
Yeah,
Or here's another one of my conspiracy theories things. I get the feeling because, quite frankly, a lot of the major trades are blaming Gunn's announcement of the reboot for a lot of these DCEU film failures. So it could be they're saying that if if these next two movies fails and it's attributed to that reboot, we may have to boot Gunn.
No,
No,
I,
come
I, I,
on.
I think
They're going to
Zaslav
give him a
knew.
chance.
They sent these movies to die this year.
Mm-hmm.
Because they figured they were going to lose money on them anyway because they were already bought and paid for by the prior regime.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So whether they made money or not, they didn't care because they're moving forward anyway.
Yeah.
I know the
And I think
shareholders
Gunn
sure
is
are
just
going to
waiting for
care.
the year to finish, and then he's just going to do his thing.
Well, also, here's the other thing he should have done. Move the Flash so it's the last movie to come out because it's a reboot movie.
yeah. They shouldn't have released the Flash in the summer.
Because now I'm like, is Aquaman in the new universe or the old one?
I think they want to keep their options open with Momoa and Aquaman.
Yeah, which I'd
Yeah,
be fine with him returning because he's a badass.
but
Mhm.
I just think though they shouldn't have swapped the dates. They shouldn't have swapped Flash and Aquaman.
No, that was quite possibly the stupidest decision they could have done if they wanted to end the universe properly and not confuse
Yeah.
people like they say they don't want to. But by the way, guys, I have to go because I have work in the morning. It was a pleasure. I will see you guys later.
Take care,
Have a
See
good
you
Jared.
night.
tomorrow, man.
See ya.
Subscribe to Jared at Comics League. His link to his show is in the chat.
Lots of hot takes, obviously.
Very
Well,
hot
if they,
takes.
we'll leave you with one. Lois Lane's worth.
Ah, what happened to DL?
DL
DL's
didn't
connecting.
pay his internet bill or something.
He's
What the
connecting.
hell? Well, since we already started talking about the topic already,
Mm.
the first three announcements.
Yeah.
Second, we have Nathan Fillion, Isabella Merced, Eddie Gattigi, what do you think about these choices for Guy Gardner, Hawk Girl, and Mr. Terrific?
Well, I don't mind Hawkgirl and Mr. Terrific. Nathan Fillion is the one I'm big questioning about because he's already played the DC character. And if you think about it logically, his character was in the Suicide Squad, which is canon to the DCU. So it's like, uh, how is this gonna work out? And he would have to change his hair color to uh
Yeah,
ginger
that's
too.
easy enough. I didn't
Yeah,
even know he was in Suicide Squad. Who is he in
Yeah,
Suicide Squad?
the detachable kid.
yeah, he died really quick.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
figured he
and
nobody's
was
gonna
there.
remember that.
yeah, it
He
does
looks a
sound
little
like
bit like Guy Gardner with if they got hair right. He does kind of
yeah,
look like him. He's got the right
it does
jawline
sound
and everything.
it does sound like a Justice League film in some certain degree.
Hey,
Yeah,
DL, are you there?
Yes, yeah.
How are
I'm
you,
right now.
buddy?
I'm doing
Anything
all right.
anything that we've said in the last half
30
hour
minutes.
that you have a take on?
What were you guys talking about in the last half hour?
We talked about the Emmy nominations, how many each streaming service got, which
Don't
is on
care
screen right
really about
now.
that. Yeah.
Oh,
Then
and
we have best dramatic series.
Don't have much to say about that either.
Well, of those,
Uh,
how many of those shows have you seen, DL? Of those ones listed,
Andor.
one.
wow,
Okay, so you really don't have.
he really does it.
Yeah, I don't have much to say.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair
uh,
enough.
Yeah.
we
um,
spoke about
Last of Us,
the
writer strike.
studios gonna hold out until writers lose their pants, pretty much.
Also,
This
guys,
is
just want to
very,
point this out.
very
I just want to,
despicable.
I just want to point this out quickly because Jared left. I put a link in the chat to his channel, so make sure you guys subscribe to him. He's on that road to 1K, so feel free to sub to him and help him reach to 1K.
What else? And we spoke about the Blue Beetle trailer. Did you
Oh
see the
yeah, that
trailer?
was pretty good. Looking forward to it. Blue Beetle.
Oh, good. So am I.
I did.
Don't you think it?
I did.
Don't you think it's been overshadowed with James
Mhm.
Gunn's and stuff? Like, what is your thoughts on that?
Uh, what do you mean overshadow?
His
So
announcements overshadowed the trailer.
yeah,
Do you think that, or do you disagree with that?
I I don't fully agree with that because it's two different projects. Um, like, are people gonna not watch Blue Beetle now because there's characters and there's characters in Superman
it's
Legacy?
it,
Is this a
it's
movie that like
it's sorry. Go on, you go first.
DL, you there?
I don't know that I mean yeah, okay, can you guys hear me? You good?
Yeah,
Yes, we
Yeah,
can hear
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Okay.
StreamYard is acting funny
There might be
tonight.
a slight. It is there. I think there might be like a slight delay with me. Hopefully gets back to normal. But no, I don't think that Blue Beetle, because first of all, let's keep in mind that Superman Legacy doesn't come out till 2025. Like, nobody's gonna not watch Blue Beetle because, oh look guys, there's more DC characters in Superman Legacy. Oh man, I don't care about Blue Beetle now. What does that have to do with what does they have to do with anything? Like,
the reason
once
the
again,
reason why I say that. Sorry, go on.
1 second. Go ahead, DL.
I was just yeah, okay. So yeah, no, that's it. I'm just saying, like, I don't get all these people just making agendas for no reason. I'm tired of them just being like, oh god, this movie's gonna be overshadowed because this, and that. I'm like, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I'm excited for both. I'm excited for Blue Beetle and I'm excited for Superman Legacy.
Exactly.
I
Like
mean,
Hey,
I don't
Joe,
think
welcome.
this
Hey, what are we talking about?
Blue Beetle
Blue
has to
Beetle?
worry about
Blue Beetle trailer.
casting for another film that doesn't come out in DCU. Anyway,
I'm excited for the Blue Beetle burger at Burger King. I'm really
I don't
excited
think
for that.
that's real.
I don't know. I saw an ad for it the other day.
Why they did a Miles Morales red one that Joe happily tested? Why wouldn't they have this?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. Apparently, I read it goes
But
on
yeah,
sale
but
this
that was
coming
only
Monday.
on one Twitter post from one person that's been posting crazy Blue Beetle stuff all week.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of it. I don't know.
Was it Burger King?
Yeah.
Burger King. Yeah. But as Drogo says, it definitely overshadows the trailer, and Gunn doesn't want to share the spotlight.
Shot spotlight with what?
Oh no, it's a fake publicity campaign. Oh.
he
Sorry,
just
Joe.
said
what did, where did he get that from? Oh,
Who?
it's like you said, DL. It's two separate projects. 3 years, well, 2 years from now, whatever. And Blue Beetle will be out in what, next month? I'm pretty sure there'll
Blue.
be another trailer
What's the
before then.
connection between Blue Beetle and Superman? Why are we
Well,
comparing the two?
because Blue Beetle is connected to the DCU, right?
Yeah.
And the trailer dropped, and essentially a few hours later, James Gunn announced more casting members for Superman Legacy. That dropped
Okay.
all the hype it had for Blue Beetle trailer that happened, because there was so much stuff like
okay.
Nathan Fillion being a
So
part
let
of.
me ask you that.
Go on.
I think he has bad internet tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, bad internet, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go ahead. Keep going, Talati. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I was gonna say that as soon as James Gunn announced this stuff, it dropped all the hype it had for Blue Beetle. It's basically nobody, not much many people are talking about the Blue Beetle stuff. I'm seeing that on Twitter.
Nobody's been talking about the Blue Beetle.
Even though people are asking for the trailer, right? As soon as they
Well,
drop,
people in the comic community are excited for it because the comic books are going up. When
but
movies, when trailers come out, people get to sell their comics. People are selling Blue Beetles.
Yeah, but I guarantee the people who've been excited for Blue Beetle. Is this some weird anti-gun conspiracy that we're doing here?
I feel
don't
like
get
that,
who
No,
started.
no,
Who started
no.
this?
No,
I feel like this is
I
what
don't
they're
know.
trying to start.
no,
because
crazy, no, because what we're saying is crazy, Joe. It's like we don't know whether this is like a full-fledged focus on Superman movie, or if it's just going to be like Superman with just introduction to the Justice League, a
Okay,
Justice League Unlimited type of film.
okay. So let me address all these like these concerns that people
You
have
have the
right
floor.
now.
You have the floor, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so the saying that these announcements of castings for Superman Legacy is overshadowing the marketing for Blue Beetle. Okay, now
Are they? Are they though?
that's what I'm asking. Because let me ask you this. Let's put this in a different scenario right now. Let's say that we had DC Fandom and they showed the Blue Beetle trailer, and then they announced that these castings for Superman Legacy. Are people going to complain then?
I
No.
feel like people have a very short attention span now. It's like we can't have both.
Yeah, it's like what if they went to Comic-Con and they did
Yeah.
the same thing and showed the Blue Beetle trailer and then announced the castings for Superman Legacy? Will people complain then?
Yes, they would.
Well, today they probably would because people are weird. It's like this whole thing of you can't release big movies 2 weeks in a row. Like, oh no, they're putting a movie out on the 7th. We got a movie coming out on the 14th. It used to be people just went every week and saw a movie, but now everyone's like, no, you can only have one big movie a month. Like, people are weird now.
See, James Gunn, like I said, like James Gunn already said that Blue Beetle is going to be part of the DCU,
Yeah.
and then two, Superman Legacy doesn't come out for another 2 years. How are
Yep.
people not gonna see Blue Beetle because of a casting for a movie that doesn't come out for another 2 years?
because it's like it confuses them. Gotta
But
remember,
he
this is gonna
said it
get
was part of the
it.
DCU.
Remember, this is gonna cater to the general audience, not just the fans. It has to cater to the general audience. So for the general audience sake, it'll be confusing for them.
What is
Think
confusing about it? What's confusing about
What's
it?
confusing?
so it'll be confusing for the general audience. Say, oh well, Blue Beetle is in this, and it takes place after the Flash, right?
Right.
Um, but then it's like, oh, is it going to be part of the DCU now? Is it going to continue on? And like James Gunn has said, that he's still going to be part of the DCU, and I'm just like, isn't Superman Legacy supposed to be the first film? And now you're saying the first character is Blue Beetle, so it's kind of confusing in that manner, if you know what I mean.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying from that aspect. Like, which another thing that James Gunn is like not being 100% blunt about how Zolo's version of Blue Beetle like take is it being incorporated, like you're saying that Zolo's interpretation of Blue Beetle is going to be in the DCU, but the movie not won't necessarily be 100% canon. That like
Well,
that
Yeah,
he already said that Flash resets the universe. Flash leads into the Blue Beetle and Aquaman, and so it's my understanding, based on what James Gunn said, that everything after the Flash, starting with Blue Beetle, continuing into Aquaman, continuing into Superman, is in the DCU.
And I think it's a lot of it is false outrage because it fits into a narrative that James Gunn is trying to sabotage the DCU somehow, some way. He doesn't want it to succeed, which is,
oh, he
it's
doesn't
it's,
want the
it's
universe to succeed,
yeah, the
even
one
though
he's head of.
he's running it, but he
Exactly.
doesn't want it to
Oh,
succeed. Okay.
and by the way, there's no way in hell Aquaman is a tax write-off.
no,
Aquaman's
Aquaman.
going to be that's going to be their biggest film of the year. Of the four films that came out this year,
I agree
Aquaman
with
is
you.
going to be the biggest
Yeah,
performer.
this is the Aquaman 2, the Lost Kingdom will be the one that will perform well, I think.
Yeah.
That's my honest opinion, right?
Yeah.
Because Jason Momoa is a big draw for them, and if you think about it, it's yeah, it has to perform well.
Degrassi says reshoots last week on a write-off. Nope.
Yeah, Aquaman is the sequel to a $1 billion hit. It's mind-boggling to me that people, and I've seen, I'm not going to name names, but like if I had to, come up with a name, maybe the name would be Reginald Johnson. But I've heard like some people say, things like, well, if the Flash wasn't a hit, then Blue Beetle and Aquaman don't stand a chance. And it's like that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Shazam, a movie to a film that was a moderate hit, not an out of the gate hit, but a moderate hit, and Flash, a movie with a problematic star, and Blue Beetle, a movie with a character that most people don't know, um, versus a sequel to a $1 billion hit. No. Going into this year, they had 4 projects. One of them was guaranteed to be a hit, and it wasn't Shazam, it wasn't The Flash, and it wasn't Blue Beetle.
All right, let me. CJ said Amber Turd is still in it. Outside of social media and people that follow court cases, they don't care about what Johnny Depp and Amber Heard did. They're
Mm,
both shitty people.
Yeah,
Ah,
they are. They are, and people are all like, Johnny Depp won the case." Yeah, the U.S. case. Guess what? The British case said he's a wife beater. So take your pick, 50-50. One won one case, one won the other. They're both assholes. Who cares?
and what people don't understand that civil cases does not prove innocent or guilt.
mm-mm.
So,
Yep.
but but relaying back to this topic of Superman Legacy, right,
Mm.
and the whole situation here. I just think, in my honest opinion, this is, I know it's a strong opinion, but I think James Gunn should have waited till next year's San Diego Comic Con to announce the full cast there, and then, right? That would get people hyped up there, than dropping it now, so to
Well,
say, right?
My thing is the general
so they're
audience.
gonna wait till the actors strike will may or may not be over.
Yeah, that was the problem, Taladia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the strike
Right. I
might
did.
happen.
Yeah, I didn't really think about that.
Yeah,
I'm
so I
very
think
excited.
That's why we have a panel of thinkers and people with different opinions because you never know what will come up on these shows.
I,
yeah,
I'm very, very, very excited about this casting news. I mean, Nathan Fillion is guy. Look, the greatest comic book run of all time, if you ask me, is Justice League International. And we've got a Blue Beetle, we got a Guy Gardner, we're getting a Booster Gold. Come on, man, James Gunn, give me the Justice League International movie. This is what I
There we,
want, man.
there we go. Um, as I was
my
saying, if I was in the Speed Force, the way I see it is, it's like, I didn't take account to the writer strike and the actor strike and all of that. But if there was none of that, I think James Gunn could have waited till Comic Con, to be honest with you, which would
yeah,
have been a much bigger draw than just dropping it like that. How
I
would
do.
how would you feel how would you feel about that? DL, Cavity Joe, Voltaire, Crucifer?
I, I see what you're saying with that. Also consider the fact that Comic Con's pretty much like gonna be a barren wasteland since there's no other like studios releasing anything there. Like I understand the concern about they should have just waited for Comic Con. But honestly, I don't think that really would have fixed the situation that much. Like it doesn't matter when James Gunn would announce this, there'll be backlash regardless. People are complaining about these casting announcements and Blue Beetle trailer being um, released in the same day, and I'm just like, dude, this how that works? That's how that works. I guess that's why I asked. Like, if they did the same thing at Comic Con, will
Hmm.
people still complain? Probably, but I just don't understand the logic there with people. As far as casting, um, yeah, I like the casting for the most part. The only thing that's like making me scratch my head a little bit is the Hawk Girl casting. I do like Isabella Marced. Is that her last name?
She played
She's
Dora,
playing. She's
correct?
playing. No, she's playing.
No, I'm saying
Madam
she was
Web.
the star of Dora the Explorer, the live action,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and a lot of people like her.
And she's.
Yeah, and
Um.
unfortunately, she was in the last night, unfortunately. But
Oh, she was.
yes, yeah, she was. Uh,
Yes. And
but
as Jake has said, it won't affect. It won't be a wasteland DL. There's a panel for Marvel Spider-Man
Mm,
2.
no, DL's
So
talking about like
the
movies and
movie
TV
side.
show
yeah, we're talking
announcements.
about the movie side. Yeah, not talking about the comics or the games. For people that they care about the comics and games, I'm just, that people will still be
Well,
excited for that. But but look, let's be honest now. Let's be honest now. The one of the biggest draws, if not the biggest draw of Comic Con recently over the past 10 years
hmm
was
Mhm.
Yeah,
Hall
movies.
H, movies,
Mhm.
castings, trailers, exclusive footage. There's like gonna be none of that. So that's what I mean by wasteland. But I'm not saying there won't be anything at Comic Con. But as far as like the big draws, there's not really going to be any this year, which is unfortunate. But it is what it is.
Yeah, it is. It is what it is, and I mean, that's what I was saying. If there was none of that, it would have been. It definitely would have made more sense to be at Comic Con. Um, and
well, these are three accomplished actors,
yes,
you know, and I think this choice will fit whatever vision Gunn has for his universe. A
Mm.
lot of people may not like it, but it's what we're getting.
I mean, just keep in mind now. I mean, even though like I am like scratch my head like the Isabella casting, like let's keep in mind that James Gunn is the master of making characters very, very interesting. Like the characters that we look at and think, "Oh my God, why is he doing these characters? Like,
I
what is
mean,
going on?" And
the
then we watch the movie, and it's like, "Oh my God, they were so good."
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
yeah,
know?
don't you think it's a bit confused? Would it be confusing for some fans out there because Nathan Fillion plays the detachable kid in the Suicide Squad. Now he's playing Guy Gardner in Superman Legacy.
Yeah, I'm sure if casuals are really like really pick that up, I could see
I
that
mean, you never even saw his face in that movie. He had a mask on.
exactly. So like if you're really like looking for it, I guess I could see how some people might be a little bit confused, but I really don't think that's a big
But
deal. I
yeah,
really
and I'm a Star Trek fan. I'm used to Jeffrey Combs played two different characters in a single episode of Deep Space Nine once.
Okay.
also I know there was also the concern of like, oh, is this gonna feel like a Superman movie or does this feel like Justice League one
Oh,
1.5 whatever?
ah,
I'll,
Justice
you
League
saw my thumbnail.
yes,
Justice League
I did.
All right,
Unlimited.
I'm gonna get to that.
Oh,
All
okay,
right,
I'll say
next
my
casting we have Anthony Carrigan's cast as Metamorpho.
Are,
Now
are we are
this
we
is
all
a good
thinking it?
casting.
Are we all thinking it? Are we all thinking Plastic Man and Phantom Girl are coming?
Oh, speaking of,
Oh
did you just
yes,
say that?
yes, 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 yes,
Did you
yes.
just say that?
What?
Did you just say that? Because I had this queued up.
Oh yeah, I
The
mean, come on.
Terrifics.
We got Mr. Terrific and Metamorpho. I'm just waiting for the news that Plastic Man and Phantom Girl are going to be in there.
Give it to us, James. Give it to us.
How amazing would it be if DC beat Marvel to the Fantastic Four?
Yes,
Ooh,
because this was
mic drop.
a knock, if you will, at the Fantastic Four or homage or
Yeah,
whatever.
Well, there's always a mirror character in each universe, right? You know, so yeah, that's what this is.
You know,
Hmm.
level big guy, hothead, Mr. Plastic Man, Mr. Terrific, the Brain, and there we go, Invisible Woman.
Hmm.
So
I don't know. When I heard that news yesterday about Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, my absolute all time favorite Green Lantern, being played by an actor that I love, I'm like, this is why I love James Gunn. This is why James Gunn is the king of superhero cinema, because man, it's like he just gave me a Valentine.
Yeah, I think James Gunn's going to kill it. Everybody, I mean, give him some time, give him a couple of years, but I think he's going to kill
I,
it.
I'm gonna wait until he puts out a trailer before I make full on fledged judgment because I'm being very skeptical on Superman Legacy. I don't want to put 2 feet in, jump like dive in on the deep end, right? And then it's sink or swim, right? I'm gonna wait out, see what James Gunn puts out next year, and then make my decision if I'm excited for it, or if I'm gonna be like give it a chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think Gunn has a really good track record,
Yeah,
Mhm.
and hopefully it'll be good. And just wait and see. His movies aren't for everyone.
I always say great filmmakers make great movies. I mean, every now and then you'll get an exception, but if you tell me you've got a great filmmaker working on a movie, you got my faith. You know, that's just the way I've never seen a bad James Gunn movie. I mean, the closest I would come to is I wasn't crazy about the Scooby Doo movies, but I'm not crazy about that genre in particular. You know, where you get like a nostalgic old cartoon and you turn it into a CGI creation. Like I didn't like Yogi Bear either.
Oh God. Oh
So it's like
God.
I think he did the best he could with that, but that's not my genre. So
Not your forte.
You
Okay.
mean you
yeah.
didn't like the Smurfs?
I guess the Smurfs
That
would
that
be cute. I don't know. Not
it's not his forte. But Degrassi, I think Batista would be a really good fitting for either Hugo Strange or Bane, in my opinion.
He says he wants to play Bane too.
Yeah.
No, I thought he said he was done
acting.
playing superhero characters. He was too old.
Well, it came out like I think maybe last year or something like that. That
Yeah,
he said that he wants to play Bane. Like he asked James Gunn, "Oh, dude, if you're gonna do Bane in your DC universe, you need to call me."
Mhm.
you gotta have if you're gonna have somebody to play Hugo Strange or Bane, you're gonna have Batista. That's without a shadow of a doubt.
So, what do you guys think of Anthony Carrigan?
I love this actor. He was fantastic in Barry, so I think
I
he'll be fine.
I think he's a great actor because his portrayal in Gotham for Victor Zsasz was a very interesting take.
I don't
Yes.
know him. I'm not familiar with him.
Um, I haven't really watched. I haven't really watched much that he was in. I didn't watch. I didn't get too far into Gotham because I was getting upset. But
Oh, really?
Oh
Why is
yeah,
that?
wow, why is that?
I don't like how they handled the characters. It felt a lot like how the weird choices of Smallville that I didn't like, and then it just started to get worse and worse. Especially when it got to the Joker stuff. Even though there's some of the Joker stuff that I liked, but like there was certain stuff they were doing with the Joker, and I'm just like, oh my god, okay, no, 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 I'm not watching this.
And apparently, the guy who's playing Metamorpho was in the Flash. Apparently, according to Joker,
Yeah, he was on the Flash
the
TV show.
TV show. Yeah, not the
Oh
movie.
yeah, that really bad Arrowverse show. Okay, so yeah,
That show was really good the first several seasons. It just fell off as it went on, as happens to most Arrowverse shows, I should say.
Except Superman and Lois.
Superman.
Except,
I haven't seen season 3 yet, but Superman and Lois is
uh,
really
And
solid.
Stargirl.
And
Stargirl
I think it's
was great.
this Friday, right? This Friday, it comes to HBO. I think.
crazy,
Supergirl, Superman.
Crazy Joe. I'll tell you right now, season 3 is mostly full of fillers, but at the end, it's worth the payoff.
All right, and I think I think the best Arrowverse show, and it's amazing. Talk about a show that they took a strange route. Legends of Tomorrow just kept getting better and better and better, and the weirdest thing was they kept separating themselves more and more from the comics and adding more and
Yes.
more original characters that were created for the show. By the end, there were more characters that were made up for that show than there were characters from the comics, and somehow it worked. That show just kept getting better and better and better, whereas every other show kept getting worse and worse and worse.
and that was okay. That was okay.
Yeah. I
So,
never. Do you
But yeah,
guys?
I'm glad that they're getting Metamorpho in here though. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with the role. I never thought I would see Metamorpho in a live action DC film. Like this is just
that's going to require a
Metamorpho.
lot of special effects.
A lot of like special effects.
And I'm here for it.
I'm
Yeah.
excited to see Metamorpho on big screen though. Don't get me wrong. I'm excited to see that because Metamorpho is one of those characters that you gotta use practical effects or visual effects.
No, you can't use practical with Metamorpho.
Another member of the Justice League International. Just saying.
I don't want to like it would be cool if that's what he's intending to do in the future, Justice League International. But take your time, please.
So, with everyone saying that there's too many characters in this movie, this isn't a Superman movie. What do you guys think about that?
Stupid.
I think.
Go ahead.
I think this movie mainly should be focusing on Superman and Lois'
Yes.
dynamic between them.
That's every Superman movie, though, is just like not enough in it. This is an interesting take to me.
Yeah, see,
Right?
because
I understand bringing all these other characters.
it's
Yeah, but
starting.
Sorry.
No, it's starting with a world with all these characters already established. Because a lot of people are just sick and tired of origin movies about Superman.
No, but what I'm trying to say is that like I want to see the dynamic between Superman and Lois, right? That's what I want to see. I understand bringing in other characters in. I get that, but I think I don't want to get more screen time compared to Superman and Lois. I want that to be the main focus of it.
Well, why would they? It's Superman's movie. I mean, look at the Flash. I mean, we kept
But
hearing
the
people
amount of
going into the Flash, going, "Oh, it's a Batman movie. It's a Batman movie."
Yep.
No, it was a Flash movie. There were Batman in it, but it was a Flash movie.
Yes.
Flash
No,
All
is
those
but
all
Batman.
those naysayers, where are they
Yeah,
now?
yeah.
no, but what I'm saying is though, it's like it. What I'm trying to say is that I hope it doesn't end up being like not like the Flash, but more like along the lines of what how Justice League was, where you get this part of what's happening with this character, what's happening with this character, right? Where it should be focusing on Superman, in my opinion.
Well, the movie's not even out. We don't know how he's writing the movie.
Yeah, but we'll wait and see the trailer because obviously I'm going to react to the trailer, post it on my YouTube page. Um, I, obviously I'm giving this a chance. That's what I'm going to do. Say right. I'll prepared to give this a chance once I've seen the trailer and make a judgment. Then see if I'm gonna put my wallet, use my wallet to pay for tickets.
You're
That's
gonna
it.
go see that movie on opening day, Claudia. Who are you kidding? Come on, you can't resist a Superman movie.
I gotta give it a
I'm
chance.
gonna I'm gonna just take a moment and throw my dick on the table here and say, anyone who doesn't see this isn't a DC fan. I mean, this is like a love letter to DC fans here. We got Superman, we got a Green Lantern in there, Metamorpho. I mean, it's like James Gunn is just coming around and being like, "Hey, you like DC Comics?" and then making out with us all.
I'm all for that. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know, as,
No,
as
I
a
Yeah,
as a devoted DC fan for the last
this
30
comment right here.
years, it's
Oh, I think
nice to
people want to
see.
see that. I think people want to see that.
It's nice to get all these characters finally on screen, and this is just the beginning. This is just this, the appetizer for the new universe is coming. And if this is the appetizer, please bring me dessert.
Oh man.
Justice League Dark. Come on, let's go.
But
You mean I mean, Swamp Thing's coming. Swamp Thing is coming.
Yep.
But
Swamp Thing
Zatanna.
by
They need to
James
bring
Mangold, I'm
Zatanna.
looking forward to.
Oh man, Zatanna, that would be awesome.
oh yeah,
Oh,
give me
geez. Who else could we get in here that's not characters we never thought we would see on screen? It's so exciting. I don't know. Give me Mr. Miracle. I want Mr. Miracle.
Granny
And-
Goodness.
Oh, well, it's just a shame B. Arthur's dead. She would have been a great Granny Goodness.
Oh God.
Mhm.
She would have. She's very scary.
Now, I understand there is an initial concern about having too many characters and it taken away from Superman's development because we went through BVS, we went through Justice League, but I I think we all know. I think we are confident to say that James Gunn is aware of that issue. James Gunn is aware that the way they did it before did not work. He's not going to repeat the same mistake. What I think James Gunn is doing here is that it's still going to be a Superman focused story, but he's going to do something different from what we've gotten from stuff like Marvel, where Iron Man was technically like the linchpin of them establishing superheroes in their universe. Is already going to be a world where superheroes are established. I think that's very refreshing, because like even going if you read the comics and even if you watch the animated series, superheroes were already established in Superman's show as well.
Yes.
So I think even though James Gunn has these other superheroes in this movie, they are not going to take away from Superman's development. They are still going to be the main focus. Let's look at another example. Invincible, right? Invincible had a bunch of superheroes in the show, but they did not take away from the development of Invincible himself, right? He didn't feel lost in the shuffle in his own show. I
Amen.
think it's going to be the same thing with Superman. I don't think that James Gunn is going to repeat the same mistakes that Zack Snyder did. So, I mean, like I said, I'm with you, Taladia. I would need to see a trailer to get the full context of what he's doing with this DC universe. But like, I don't know. Like, I'm still really pumped to see
All
this.
right.
Like, you know,
Please
All right.
stop timing people out in the chat.
And
Yeah.
just for CJH, because I know CJH wants to say it, I am now going to pull my dick out and throw it on the table. Here we
No,
go.
no, no,
There
don't.
it is. There
No.
it is. And
Yay!
now it's on the table. That was for you, CJH.
And he'll send you a DM with a private video later, CJH.
So yeah, and don't nobody time out anybody, okay, in the chat, unless they're saying racial slurs or
Who's
anything.
doing it? Only you and Brucifer have the power.
No, this is
No.
somebody in the chat that has the power.
Oh,
You know who?
a certain Canadian. I got it.
Yes.
Well, they're very big on censorship up there.
Whatever
So
beef you have with somebody on another channel or another chat, don't bring it here, please.
yes,
if I could give just one more other example of
Yes.
for people
Go
that
ahead.
are like worried about a bunch of other superheroes showing up in another person's movie. Marvel has done that many times already too, because people loved Civil War, right? People loved
Yes.
Black Panther and Spider Man being in there, but did they take away from Captain America's story? I personally thought they did, but a lot of people did not. So
I
it's
do have one major issue with Captain America Civil War. And my one major issue is this. The movie is called Captain America Civil War. And the comic was just called Civil War. And the comic told you that you, the reader, could decide who's right, who's wrong. Is it Tony? Is Tony right? Is Steve right?
Yeah.
Which one? You decide. And I felt like by calling the movie Captain America Civil War and making Steve the main character, the movie took sides and told you who you were supposed to root for. And I think that was a mistake.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like I've said on prior streams, Civil War should have been 2 movies at least.
a two-parter film, I think, would have been a much better film than the one-parter for Civil War.
hmm But yeah, I don't think. Yeah, so the moral of the story is I don't think we have to worry about the other heroes to like take it away. I think these are just like these are going to be good sample sizes. This will get this like this is just going to establish the like oh there's superheroes still here, and it's like if we like them in here, we'll be more interested to see them expand on their development in their own spin-offs in the future. But it's not going to take away from Superman's story. He's still the main focus of the story.
Focus of the point, yeah.
All
But
right. Speaking of which, the man himself has addressed this.
why
James
Superman
Gunn. Why are Legacy includes so many other DC heroes? In the post on Threads, Gunn addressed the latest casting news surrounding Legacy, with Nathan Fillion playing Green Lantern, Isabella Merced appearing as Hawkgirl, Eddie Gadegi as Mr. Terrific, Mr. Fantastic. While praised for his casting choices for each of the superheroes, a fan asked Gunn why he felt it was necessary to add them to Legacy and how they connected to the Superman story. Gunn said they fit the story I'm telling. Story always comes first.
All right. What else is he gonna say? Yeah, I'm gonna overshadow Superman, everybody.
I don't think anything was overshadowed.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a
Myself.
problem.
I think that the more characters people see in this movie, the more things people can love and hate. As long as they're talking about the movie.
And he knows he's got to get the fans to love Superman or this version of Superman. He's not going to put him on the sidelines or anything like that. I can't imagine.
Especially hearing like when he first announced that he was going to direct it, like just hearing how much Superman means to him personally, and his connection
Yes.
with his family. as well. Like I really don't see him messing this up or intentionally messing this up. He's going to put out the best product possible, I believe.
Yes, and he was writing the script before he even got the job.
Uh, Kasali, yes, you are cool to keep talking. Don't worry.
All right. Peace and love, everybody.
Yeah, just peace and harmony, guys.
Hmm.
Uh,
All right, we have any what
Sorry,
happened?
nothing. Little blobby. It's a funny comment, but go ahead. Keep going.
but
God.
I just think I was gonna say this, right? I just think,
Didn't I just block somebody earlier with all
Just
yeah,
go ahead.
accounts?
Go on. Let's go. I hope I'm looking forward to Hawk Girl. I like one of the standouts in Black Adam, which I don't think is a terrible movie. Hawkman obviously was terrific in that movie.
oh
I
yeah,
would
Hawkman.
I would
Yeah,
like to
like
have him. Sorry, go ahead.
I agree. Hawkman did look look amazing, and hopefully, if James Gunn wants to bring back interest, what's his name? I can't pronounce his name. Uh,
Idris? Wait, not Idris.
I'll just
Aldous
I'll
Aldous
just
Hodge. I'll
Hodge.
be Yeah,
The guy who played Hawkman. Just call him
yeah,
that.
yeah. The guy play the guy play Hawkman. I'll be game. I'll be down for that because
I don't know if I would have him with Isabella though, because it's a major age gap there.
I
But
say it looks like a big age gap there, doesn't it?
yeah, she is 22, but
but
and
by the
he's
time
like
this
pushing 40, or I think he is 40.
Yeah.
It won't be the
but it
first
could
time
be
in a movie.
And also, just like from a comic nerd standpoint, I would have Hawkman and Hawkgirl be the same ethnicity.
okay.
I just off topic. I just got an exciting message. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I just got a message from the locations manager for Shazam Fury of the Gods. I
Ooh.
reached out to him because I'm going to be in Atlanta in 2 weeks and I want to do a filming locations video for Shazam Fury of the Gods. And it's really hard finding online the filming locations. All anyone says is Atlanta. Well, I know Atlanta. I need some addresses. And he told me to send him my wish list of the locations I want. And he's going to tell me where they are.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
What, you just reached out to this guy on Twitter?
Yeah, I found his name on IMDb, then looked him up, found him, sent him a message, and he's more than willing to help me find these locations. Really cool.
That is super cool. Good for you. That'll be a good video. For the many people who love Shazam too, they'll be super interested. I'll be
I will
interested,
be
though.
watching that.
I want to find the parking garage. This is, I told him, I said, I want the parking garage where Darla found the unicorns. Like
Oh, the
that's
unicorn was so cool.
that and the cheesesteak restaurant, which I'm sure is not a cheesesteak restaurant because it's not actually Philly, where Shazam meets Helen Mirren. It's all about family scene. Like I want to find that location too. So
Yeah.
I'm excited.
That's pretty cool.
So
I want you to mail me a cheesesteak.
From Atlanta?
wait, Atlanta cheesesteak? Excuse me.
Yeah, we're on
Why not?
city.
I also got to ask him if any scenes were actually shot here in Philly or if everything Philly was CGI.
Yes, that'd be a huge moneymaker for the state of New York.
Yeah, why is he paying to film it in New York? That's an interesting choice too. I guess he wants to go all out.
Metropolis is modeled after New York.
No, I know, but you could make Winnipeg look like New York or Vancouver or Toronto or somewhere cheap. But I guess he wants to go.
He wants
full
to go
bore.
big. He wants to go
agree.
big.
I mean, you got to go big with Superman. You got to.
All right, for anyone interested, here are the special features on the Flash, Blu-ray, 4K, whatever you want to pick it up. Making up the
4K 's
Flash, Flashpoint introducing the multiverse, Let's Get Nuts, Batman Returns, The Bat Chase, Saving Supergirl, Battling Zod, Fighting Dark Flash, The Saga of the Scarlet Speedster, The Last Daughter of Krypton, and Deleted Scenes. I'm looking forward to these deleted scenes.
I thought there was
But
going to
there's
be
two
one called "Purposeful Use of Bad CGI" for art purposes.
uh,
Okay.
there's two versions, by the way, of the Flash. So there's the 4K one and the Blu-ray one. The Blu-ray run, you'll get less stuff with the special features than you do with the 4K.
That's annoying. I guess they want the real collectors to have to buy both.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
This is true. Hawkman did date Vixen, and Jon Stewart was with Hawkgirl.
In
That
the
was a big
an-
age gap.
in the animated show, there was Vixen and Jon Stewart, and Jon
Yeah,
Stewart
get over it.
Wonka.
Men have been dating women 20 years their juniors for years. It happens all the time.
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna lose. I'm not gonna lose sleep if if there's an age gap. It's
All right. Did you guys see the Wonka trailer?
Oh, I'm
Oh
looking forward to
my
this. I
god.
am looking forward to the Wonka trailer. Well, I'm looking forward to the Wonka movie.
Wait, DL groaned right off the top. Go ahead.
Go on, look at Hugh Grant in a bottle. Come on.
Hugh Grant as Oompa Loompa is just
that seems kind
Right.
of insidious, actually. Slaving these Oompa Loompas. I mean,
no. He captured him. He captured him.
Mm-hmm.
I think it looked great to me. I think it's the same people that did Harry Potter, some of
Yeah.
the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah, the people that made Harry Potter are basically doing this film.
The person and the director of the Paddington movies.
Yeah, and the
Okay, well
Paddington movie.
that's these are good things, DL.
What do you think, DL?
He's not gonna like it.
No, no. I, well, look, the look of the movie, it looks really cool. It looks really cool from a cinematography and visual costume standpoint. It looks pretty good. But I am not. I'm not feeling Timothy Chalamet as Willy Wonka. It's not working. It's just not. He looks like someone trying to cosplay as Willy Wonka. Is this supposed to be a prequel to the Gene Wilder Willy Wonka?
Yes.
Oh well,
Yeah.
this is a major misfire there casting him as.
Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So they looked at Timothy Chalamet and was like, he reminds me of Gene Wilder.
A young
No.
Gene Wilder.
A young Gene Wilder? Absolutely not. Keep in mind the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is actually one of my favorite films of all time.
Mm.
So,
I've never seen it.
What? Oh,
What?
I've never seen it.
You need to do yourself a favor and watch
Yeah,
it.
you need to.
You know what? As you'd almost have to try to not see that the way it's just popped up on TV for all these years. Really.
Nope.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
You're doing yourself a disservice there.
I was too busy watching horror movies. Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
You and Pep are the same, man. You and Pep are the same. Just a
Yeah,
different.
I
horror.
want to go. I want to go to bed fearing for my life, thinking about everything that's out there. That's what I want. That's why I watch horror movies.
Emotional damage.
Yes.
But
Thank you. Thank you.
Emotional damage is very interesting. Damn it.
man, all right. But yeah, I'm like, it's really Timothy Chalamet is like my biggest issue with this. I couldn't immerse myself into the trailer and to the world because his performance just feels so off. And I don't think it's because Timothy Chalamet is not trying. I think he's just horribly miscast. Horribly miscast. Especially if he's supposed to be playing a young Gene Wilder Willy Wonka. It's just not working. He feels more like a young Johnny Depp Willy Wonka, and I hated Charlie and the Chocolate Factory too. So it's like
I've heard that same sentiment from other people. Was Johnny Depp performance that bad?
yeah. It was. It was. I didn't know what he was trying to do with that. I don't know.
Tim Burton and Johnny Depp towards the end became a toxic couple. You know, they really shouldn't have gotten together anymore. They just, I think people were
Toxic
disappointed.
couple with Johnny Depp. Wow.
Yeah, well, him and
Good
Tim Burton.
God.
You
Wait,
just
Did Johnny,
before I
did Johnny
forget,
beat Tim Burton?
before I forget, please like and subscribe to DL's channel, and please like and subscribe to Crazy Joe's Concession Stand.
Subscribe to Crazy Joe Adventures instead. That's a
Ah.
better one. That's a better one.
I thought you were gonna.
Wow. Okay.
And if you
People
guys
keep-
if you guys are watching this on my end or Max's end, if you want to become a member, then feel free to hit that join button because it's cheapest tier is 99 cents or 99 pennies. The highest tier is $4.99. So you guys get exclusive perks and great stuff. So yeah,
Here's the.
Just-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
now I was gonna say you guys get great stuff. If you want to be a part of the membership, then you can hit that join button on both either Minds or Max. But
And here
preferably-
is Crazy Joe
prefer-
Adventures. Please subscribe to
pre-
his channel.
Yeah, I'm also subscribed to Brucifer's channel. Get him up to 100 subs.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Kingdom of Nerds.
Yes, where we talk about more comics than movies. Somebody got to do it.
Yeah, well, it's true though. You did, and it was great. Last night on Kingdom of Nerds channel is great. You do not want to miss out on the stuff.
No.
Did you
Anyway.
change your stuff? Did you change your tag to Brucifer
To what?
on YouTube to your URL?
I don't know why it comes up like that. I'll probably have to look into that.
Okay. But yeah, so back to the Willy Wonka.
Yeah, I'm looking forward
Movie.
to this movie. I'll give it a chance.
Yeah, I'm give it a chance.
I didn't see
as
the
well.
trailer, so I can't comment on DL's feelings about Timothy Chalamet, but I take his opinion seriously. But I'll watch it for myself and take a shot at it. But I'm a sucker for these because I love the books as a child so much. So I'm a sucker for these movies. So I'm gonna go see this one.
My
Yes.
one issue with the trailer, I thought it was a cute trailer. I enjoyed it. But my one issue is that it's a musical,
Oh, forget it. I'm
and-
not going.
and we don't get to hear any of the music. Like we hear strands of songs from the original. We hear strands of Pure Imagination and the Oompa Loompa song. But for a musical, let me hear the music. What's it sound like? That could make or break the movie.
All right, where is the Gene Hackman version streaming? Does anyone know?
Probably Max.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm probably.
I'll watch it just to just to see how it is.
Not Max the streaming service. I mean Max has it on in his house right now.
Max is on a boat drinking Bud Light.
Yeah, but he left the TV on.
Yeah, he probably did.
Yeah.
Question from Degrassi. A question I've had since I was a small boy. How did the Oompas multiply?
They were like a tribe. They
Yeah.
Sorry, I just looked it up. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is not streaming for free anywhere. No
Really?
service has it. No, you got to pay for that.
Oh, wow.
And you
pay for
should.
Oompa Loompas?
And you should.
Wait.
It's available on 4K disc. Why don't you have it?
Wait, pay for Oompa Loompas?
Interesting.
Doompati.
That's got some great music and nice songs.
Yes.
All right. The next trailer we're going to talk about, the Ahsoka trailer. What did you guys think about it?
I love the trailer for the Ahsoka trailer. I am looking forward to the show. I'll probably react to it with Max when he comes back.
All right, well, we're going to react to it right now, so suck it. I'm just kidding. It looks great. I don't know about Sabine being a Jedi training, but whatever. I'm open to whatever. This is going to be a hit. I don't know how this is not going to be a hit personally. Based on what I've seen.
Well, I bet it's going to be a complete disaster. If you listen to people on,
I haven't heard any of those channels saying that yet. I think they have.
Give it time.
I think
it's going to be a woke disaster.
it's going to be a
Yes.
lot of women. It's
We'll
going to
have
be
to-
women focused.
we'll-
Let's face
we'll-
it.
we'll
But
have to
that's
wait
what they're
and
going to
see.
say, if anything. It's going to be
Yes, because
Ahsoka
women
and,
can't lead a movie.
Hmm? I mean, the show was Ezra was the lead character, right? And Ezra's doesn't look like he's.
Oh,
in this
it's a Ahsoka show, isn't it?
It's Ahsoka, but they also say it's a season 5 of what's it called? Rebels.
Rebels.
Yeah.
Oh, Ezra's in it, isn't he?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, hologram. That's all we see.
Hologram. Now, if there's a season 2, I mean, at some point Ezra's going to come back. If they really, if Thrawn is in it, well, you make a good point. If Thrawn is in it, then Ezra almost has to be in it because
Yeah.
they went to the same place. So it's interesting.
And
I
it's,
would-
it take and parts of it takes place during season 3 of The Mandalorian. So who knows? Could pop up.
I would love it if Freddie Prinze Jr. played a live action Kano. If he just popped up, like in a
Ah.
flashback or something. I don't know, in a vision. Like I would.
He will at
freak
some
out.
point.
That would be cool.
No,
though he
he
says
said
He
I think
said
he-
he won't, but
he
will.
won't.
He will. What's he doing? If Dave Filoni, who's calling Freddie Prinze Jr.? If Dave Filoni calls him up and says, "Hey, we're going to film a couple of flashback scenes in either the second season or the movie," Freddie Prinze Jr. is running. You know.
Yeah, if Dave specifically asked him to do it, I think I would highly doubt he would turn it down. You know.
No, why would he? But look, this is going to be some hot Jedi action, which is desperately needed in these shows. You know, as much as people like The Mandalorian and all that kind of thing, I think you need Jedi in Star Wars. There's not enough of that in Mandalorian, or there's hardly any of it, actually. So this is it. Now, it's interesting. It's been leaked that Leia is in it, which is an interesting choice when they could have used Luke Skywalker too, but they're going to bring back Carrie Fisher, who's passed on, but whatever. I'm open. We'll see how it goes.
Wouldn't it be a younger Leia? The same.
It would
Leia
have to
was-
be. Yeah,
It would
post
have
to
Return of
be,
the
yeah.
Jedi. She was still
They-
wearing the slave girl outfit, so yeah, it's that Leia.
They gonna de-age her again.
And de-age her body too, obviously.
Oh, of
This
course,
part.
of course. They're gonna do a Luke Skywalker from Book of Boba Fett, hopefully. But
Yeah, it would have to be.
But
I
yeah,
wish they would just recast these people instead of doing that, truthfully. But they're too scared after the Han Solo backlash. So
right.
Solo was a good movie.
I know, but too many people, even Star Wars fans who don't hate that movie, hated him. They go, he doesn't like Harrison Ford. Well, he's not Harrison Ford. You got to recast people. Get over it. I want them to recast Luke Skywalker and Leia and just so they can.
No,
use
I
these
think they
characters.
should just move away from those characters altogether.
They won't after this because this is going to be a hit, man.
Mhm.
Watch.
They're gonna be in the Dave Filoni movie. Mark my words.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for Ahsoka. I liked all the trailers. This looks like it possibly will be the best Star Wars show since The Mandalorian. I
It'll
do.
kill it.
I am. Yeah, I'm cautious though because as of late the quality of the shows have kind of dipped in my opinion. So I'm hoping they'll get back on track. I still haven't watched season 3, but I've heard mixed response, and that
Yeah.
concerns me. But yeah, I'm hoping Ahsoka will get stuff back on track.
Oh yeah. And season 3 is disappointing. It was mediocre, if anything, but to me
Oh,
anyway. Yeah.
That's so sad to hear.
All right, breaking news, guys.
Uh
Uh-oh.
Grace Randolph has been cast as Cat Grant in Superman Legacy.
Oh, come on. Poor Grace. Getting shrapnel on this show.
I think it's a joke.
Grace. She
Grace.
passed away 30 years ago.
Ah, that'd be freaking hilarious. Her begging.
Why'd they
for-
use that picture of her that looks nothing like she looks like now? What's the point of that? This is a troll post.
Yeah,
Did you
of
do
course
this
it is.
tweet? Did you do this, Brucifer?
No.
To be fair,
I blame Max. That's the picture that's on his wall in his
to be
bedroom.
fair, can you find any HD photos of her currently?
No.
Right.
Interesting. We talk about the hot topics, controversial subjects on this show.
So,
Sorry, one more thing. Sorry, Talia, before we move on away from Ahsoka. Ahsoka is going to be a hit. All the Kathleen Kennedy haters are going to lose their minds because, she gets credit for this. It's under her regime, and it's going to revitalize Star Wars. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Okay. As someone who is not a fan of Kathleen Kennedy right now, I'm hoping the show is good, and if it is good, I will give her the credit. But that still doesn't mean I think she's she's doing a good job as president overall.
Agreed.
So we'll see.
calm down. Wait, guys. Calm down, CJH. Calm down.
What the hell? What did I miss? Anyway,
Hey.
but not for nothing. For the last 50 years, well, 40 plus years,
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars has been hit or miss. With the books, they've been hit or miss with the films, been hit or miss with the comics. Star Wars has never been truly great consistently.
In recent years,
No, even going back to the original trilogy,
Stop it.
they were hit or miss.
Stop it.
Come on.
No, I agree.
You're
with you
romanticizing those movies.
Yeah, like even I will agree with you. Even though I'm a huge Star Wars fan, even I will agree. Star Wars is not a perfect franchise. It never was a perfect franchise.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like
I'll say
I would say like now with the resources that they do have and the technology they do have and the talent that they have, like we should expect for them to break that chain. We shouldn't be expecting like uneven quality at this point. Like they should be able to learn from their mistakes at this point. But you know, as I said, I'm not saying Star Wars is a disaster. It's not. I'm not saying it's doom and gloom. I'm still excited for projects coming out, and there's still some stuff show and movie wise that I've enjoyed. But it's just like Star
Yeah.
Wars could be in a better place right now. It can't be.
I just feel like they're not using the IP to the full potential. But yes, I agree. It's not perfect, and it can't be perfect. But I just feel like the IP is not being properly used.
Well,
This Ahsoka trailer and the stuff I've seen from it is the first time that it's starting to look like, and also I know people don't like it, but there were some elements of Obi-Wan where it looked like they were properly using the IP, in my opinion. So I'm excited, and it started with casting the casting. But go ahead, sorry, Bruce.
look what George Lucas did when he re-released the original trilogy in the 90s. He retconned so much stuff from the originals.
I know.
I actually like
Even he wasn't happy, and he pissed off fans even more.
Yeah, I personally like the special editions, but that's just
Christopher, did you take a look at the DMs I just sent you?
Anyway, so I'm looking forward to some hot Jedi action. Lots of lightsaber action.
hot Jedi action.
Hey, Dave.
Ahsoka all over the place, jumping around, and
Yes.
Sabine too. Sabine looks good in that trailer.
She does.
Dave says before we end on my end. Dave says, I think Superman Legacy with the DCEU is like the animated movie. It's a good tactic. A basic Superman movie reboot was never going to be set box office on fire. Go in guns blazing. That's from Dave.
All right.
But guys, on my end, that's watching it on my channel, we're going to end the stream on my side. But if you want to head over to Max's channel or to Lucifer's channel, we'll be continuing on the conversation there about Star Wars and everything else. So hope you have enjoyed, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
All right. Good night, Claudia.
I'm still here. I'm still staying.
And I didn't know you could end the channels individually. I'm like, wait, what? You can?
Oh,
Yeah,
You learned something new.
Well,
Yeah.
I am actually going to go to bed because it is midnight and I'm falling asleep. So
Yeah, we're gonna
Alright.
be winding down soon too.
Oh yeah.
I just want to show this. Here's some cat. I'm glad somebody did this graphic.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
I like it a
It
lot.
all looks good. It looks solid casting all the way around. You can't complain about any of those.
Oh yeah.
And he still has to cast the authority. Ha! That's gonna be great.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
Very interesting. That's gonna throw the hero count up at least 5 to 6 characters. Or, as I like to think, the anti-heroes versus Superman and these guys. That's my take. I'm thinking that Authority is going to start out versus Superman.
Possibly. We don't even know who
So-
the villain is yet.
Mhm.
Possibly.
That hot girl does look young in that picture, doesn't she? Wow, she
She
doesn't
looks
look
really young.
20.
That
she's
looks
fine.
like Earth. That
She
looks like
does?
Earth too. By the way, that looks like Earth too. Earth 2 Hawk Girl.
She looks like she could be Blue Beetle's girlfriend, but maybe not Hawkman. You know.
Right?
Right.
I kind of see her point now. I mean, with this shot, she looks
You look
like
at
Kamala Khan like age, like she's a teenager.
Oh, God.
I mean, she's only 2 years older than the actress who played Kamala.
Okay, well there, that makes sense.
Oh, one last thing. Did anyone see this week's episode of Secret Invasion?
No.
Nope, I'm waiting till
I
all the
haven't.
episodes there.
All
I
right.
haven't
So,
yet.
Same
I
here.
guess we won't talk,
I'm
we
worried.
won't be
it's
talking
gonna-
about that.
No, I want to talk about it briefly because this is like like I said, I tried to watch Andor week to week, you know,
Hmm.
and it was so slow and tedious.
Oh my god, yes.
Andor.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
So after like the fourth episode, I said I got to stop this, or I'm gonna hate this for no good reason. I just waited till they all built up, and then I started watching like 2 episodes at a time, or when I felt like it, and
Ugh.
it improves things a lot. So after watching the first episode of Secret Invasion, I said, all right, that's enough. I'm gonna wait for the rest of them to build up.
I don't think you could pay me to go back to Andor.
Me
It's
neither.
like it's the only live action Star Wars I've ever walked away from. I got 7 episodes. I was so bored. I mean, even the Phantom Menace, which I think is the worst Star Wars movie ever made, I finished it. I finished that.
It was
First one.
so insufferable watching it. I couldn't get past episode 3 like without falling asleep. I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
and everybody is like, I'm watching channels and people saying this is the best Star Wars I've ever seen. This is amazing.
It is the best Star Wars I've
Yeah,
ever
well,
seen.
there you go.
No, it's not. No, it is not. I would rather go watch Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But
I like
that's the
Boba
thing. And you got like John Campia. I'm
Don't
a fan
get crazy,
of John Campia. I like Campia, but he's saying crazy stuff like, "Oh, Book of Boba Fett sucked. Obi-Wan sucked, but Andor." That was so.
Andor.
I'm like, are you kidding me? Boba Fett and Obi-Wan wiped the floor with Andor.
How
It got
dare you
nominated
say
for
that-
an Emmy.
how
People love
dare
it.
You say it's better than The Mandalorian. Get out of here with that nonsense.
Yeah.
So, is there any other topics that we want to talk about?
I think
or-
that is it.
You think that is it? Okay.
Thank you, everyone, for showing up. Please like, subscribe, thumbs up the video. I'm glad everyone showed up. Thank you, Taladia. Thank you, DL. Thank you, Voltaire, your bad takes, and Crazy Joe.
Crazy Joe with his pajamas.
Have a good night, everyone.
Yeah, I'm wearing my Star Trek jammies.
Hey.
Good for you.